Sadie's hair today. We got to detangle this mess and take her bands out, brush it all out, so we can cut her hair and show you what you need to do to be able to cut your daughter's hair at home. So I'm just detangling her hair real quick, and if you need help detangling your daughter's hair, I have a video that I'll link for you right here. But you want the hair to be nice and straight and smooth. You can brush through the entire thing. I probably would have washed it, but I just didn't have time to get her in the bathtub today. But having clean hair is going to make your haircut that much easier to do, and it's going to make it look that much better when you're done. So just make sure you're starting with a nice clean canvas. Okay, so obviously I'm not going to be able to teach you everything you need to know about cutting hair in a 15-minute video, especially where everyone's hair is just so different. You know, your daughter's hair could be a lot thicker or thinner than Sadie's hair, and so this video might not be exactly what you're dealing with. But if you watch this video, it should give you enough information to maintain your daughter's hair at home, especially if you're trying to save money. You know, my husband grew up with 12 kids, I grew up with 8 kids, and we have 5 of our own. We know how expensive it can be to just keep up on life, you know, haircuts, clothes, food, all the things. So if you need to just like watch this video while you're cutting your daughter's hair, go back, rewind, do it again, just till you get comfortable doing it. It'll get a lot easier, but also just remember that it's just hair. It will grow back. It will be okay. The more you do it, the more comfortable you'll be doing it. And so anyways, if you don't have hair cutting scissors, get some. It is just so much better, so much easier. Kitchen scissors and sewing scissors are just so big. They're not going to give you the control that you need while you're cutting hair. So grab some scissors. I'll link some down below. I found some on Amazon for cheaper than one girl's haircut. So go get the scissors, and also grab a cape. You're gonna wanna make sure that the back is straight. So if you're doing a boy's haircut, then draping a towel around his neck is fine. But for a girl's haircut, you really wanna be able to comb the hair straight down in the back so that the hair lays straight, and with a towel wrapped around your neck, it's just gonna be bumpier, it's gonna be a little harder. So grab a cape, and I think that's it. So let's get started. Okay, so in hair school, they teach you to part the hair into quadrants and then let down 1/2-inch sections in the back until you reach the top. But I stopped doing that a long time ago. It felt like a waste of time to me when you really can cut through the hair while it's wet, pretty much no matter how thick it is. So choose the amount of hair that you want to take off and start in the middle and the back. I like to leave enough hair out at the bottom that I don't cut my fingers. I have too many scars from doing that already. So just be careful. You don't need to cut right up next to your fingers. And make sure that she's always looking down while you work in the back to make sure that the hair stays pulled taut. And also keep in mind that the hair will shrink up when it's dry, so take less off than you think you need to. And now comb your next section and make sure you take part of the hair you already cut and part of the hair you need to cut, and use the hair you already cut as a guide for the rest of the haircut. You can see very clearly right here what needs to be cut. You can see the hair you already cut and the hair you need to cut. Just match the length the best you can. When I get to the sides of her head, I start to angle my scissors down just a tad, just to make sure I don't take all the length off the front. Again, I can always cut more later if I change my mind. And make sure to stick around for the end of the video where I dry cut the hair. I never do a haircut without drying it and cutting it some more. The hair is so different when it's wet versus when it's dry, so it's important to take advantage of what the hair can do while it's wet and while it's dry. You can see this little mountain I missed on my last cut, so I'm going to grab it with the next cut. And make sure there's no hair tucked behind her ears. You don't want to miss any of those pieces. If you do, they will reveal themselves later, so you'll just have to cut that piece again later if that happens. And tip her head to the side to make sure her hair is pulled straight. And if you switch her hair often from side to side, just part her hair down the middle for the haircut. If it's always parted on the same side, I just cut the hair with it parted on that side. You can see how I'm barely cutting off anything in the front compared to the back, but I still want to trim it just a little to keep the hair healthy. I'm just angling my scissors and comb in the direction I want to cut the hair in. And I didn't cut her hair like this on purpose. This is just how it's grown out since she was a baby. So if your daughter has thicker hair that actually is long in the front, then just follow the guide all the way around to the front. Make sure the hair is combed straight down and not overcorrected to the side because that will affect the length. So you can see how this chunk of hair is just super straight cut. We want to angle it all the way from the lowest point up to the top to make it a more tapered look. And if you feel comfortable gliding the scissors down like this, it'll taper the hair nicely for you, but just be careful not to go too deep into the hair or it'll cut too much length off. She's so sweet, trying to tilt her head the right way. She's so cute. Just help your daughter by moving her head the right way and tell her to sit like a statue, to stay that way as long as she can. And if you're having a hard time with your daughter sitting still, you'll notice that Sadie has had a scream this entire time and a promise of a treat when she is done. Keep her happy and your haircut will be a lot easier. Now, because this is not a layered haircut, I'm switching her part all the way from one side to the other and repeating this on the other side so that if her part changes ever so slightly, she won't have hair hanging over the edge. We filmed this right before bed and she's starting to get sad, her sweet little face. So this side is a little long, but I decided to leave it for when it's dry to see how it lays and then cut it shorter later if I still need to. Alright, so I'm just going to blow dry her hair real quick. If you don't want to blow dry your hair, you can just let her play and have her hair air dry and do this part of the haircut later. And if you try this at home, I'd love to hear how it's going for you. If you have any questions, you can post them in the comment section below and I will answer them as soon as I can. Okay, her hair looks so beautiful. I could easily leave it as is, but if you want some softer edges, then this is where the magic happens. So I just grab the top section and work my way down. I want to comb through the hair and leave the ends open and feathered. I'm cutting up into the ends with my scissors almost parallel with the hair. This is going to take bulk out of the ends and get rid of any choppy imperfections. But if you angle your scissors too much sideways, it'll take bigger chunks out of the hair, which will end up taking length off. So try to follow it the way that I'm doing it with your scissors straight up and down, and you will be able to soften the ends without taking length off, and the hair will be flowy and soft, and it'll still look fresh and nice. I just love seeing the hair go from really blunt to really soft and flowy. Not that a choppy haircut is bad, because it is not at all. It just depends on what you're going for. You can see on her thinner side, I don't have as much point cutting to do, so just do what's best for the hair that you're working on. And there you have it. Just remember that if at first you don't succeed, try again. You can do it. And the more you do it, the easier it'll get, and hair grows. So thanks for watching. Good luck.